Angel. Because I would have been like, how naive can you be?
Following Caitlin Clark's latest win of a major sports award, Angel Reese appears to be taking it hard.
Let's look at the big news, which is Caitlin Clark has been named the Associated Press Female Athlete of...
Look, we all feel jealous sometimes. The problem, Angel, is not that you are jealous, it's that you are doing long. Live streams on your so-called platform without any apology, while Clark is focused and working hard.
Angel Reese even in the conversation on this, because I cannot imagine that she was. Somewhere her and Asia and Cheryl Swoops are all punching air, okay? Be in shambles. That's all we got to say. Be in...
And then, as if that was not enough, you tried to flip the narrative. By saying that Clark's fans are racist and that her success is only because of white privilege, honestly, maybe you should learn from Clark and put in the work. Stay focused and let your performance do the talking instead of blaming everyone else for your own failures. But clearly, self-awareness is not something you are good at.
That doesn't say female basketball player of the year. Nah, she's female athlete. She beat out, for example, Simone Biles. All right, not to mention the Asia Wilsons and Angel Reeses.
While Caitlin Clark was breaking records and securing her place among the greatest in women's basketball, Angel Reese was busy becoming the face of finger-pointing, the queen of trash talk, and the expert in over-the-top drama. She clearly missed the point about what really counts in sports, like talent, legacy, and not making a fool of yourself in front of the world, since she was too focused on chasing the next viral. A TikTok clip.
Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then kind of cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches a L. And Angel Reese, you have...
Caitlin Clark did not just own 2024. She absolutely dominated it her rookie season. Was so incredible that even the most traditional basketball fans probably had to double-check the numbers. She led the entire league with over 27 points per game, shattered more than 60 records, and became the first WNBA player to earn Time Magazine Athlete of the Year since the award started in 2019. Meanwhile, Angel Reese was still holding on to her brief moment of fame from a championship win a year ago, where her behavior stole more attention than the actual victory. Because why celebrate your team when you can steal the spotlight for yourself? Even Cheryl Swoops had to admit it this time. Clark was not just great, she was on a whole different level.
That's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year. It's pretty...
Caitlin Clark led the Indiana Fever, the same team that had not reached the playoffs since 2016, back into the spotlight. But her greatness was not just in the numbers. Her games became must-see television. Her arenas were always full, and her impact stretched beyond the court. Forbes even compared her to legends like LeBron James and Michael Jordan on their 30 under 30 list. On the other hand, Angel Reese has become more of an example of what not to do if you want to be taken seriously in basketball. Her old championship drama now feels like a forgotten moment, especially when you see how Clark has completely outshined her in every way.
If you go on Twitter and you search Rookie of the Year, Angel Reese, it is like everybody talking about why she's not a good basketball player. Yes, okay, a lot of her rebounds are her own rebounds, but she's having a historic season just like Caitlin Clark is, and I think that she deserves a lot more credit than what she's getting.
Can we stop? See, so that right there is part of the problem. Let's stop comparing her to Caitlin Clark. Like, let's not.
I'm saying people are doing that. So I said she's having a historic season just like Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, but
Caitlin Clark is setting assist records. She's setting rebound rookie records.
They're very different things. And so I think that's where a lot of the hate comes in, if I can be honest. If we really want to resolve Angel receiving as much vitriol as she does, we have to separate the two, because right now they are conjoined. But Angel's game is very, very different than Caitlin's. If we're able to stop tying them together, I think way more people will appreciate the things that Angel does well, as opposed to defending the greatness that is Caitlin Clark.
Let us not kid ourselves. Angel Reese had a strong college career. Her stats during the LSU championship season were solid, averaging 23 points and 15.4 rebounds per game. But the problem is, her legacy is not built on those numbers. It is built on that finger wave, that ring gesture, and that well-known taunt at Caitlin. What could have been a career-defining highlight turned into a sideshow act thanks to the drama between Clark and Reese. And even worse, the crowd has moved on. Clark is now the headline act, while Reese is the extra scene after the credits that no one really wanted. Controversy might trend for a moment, but true greatness lasts.
Kidding me? As female athlete of the year, oh, the wokes will be in shambles.
There is no bigger difference between these two athletes. Clark lets her performance do the talking, her numbers and achievements speak. Louder than any celebration, she does not need to wave fingers or act like she won a ring because her talent makes the statement. Clark keeps shining brighter every day, while Reese's viral moment feels outdated, like milk left in the heat. It is almost sad. Reese seems stuck in a cycle trying to stay relevant with dramatic antics that now feel more forced than fun now. Let us talk about how to handle pressure when Angel Reese faced criticism. Caitlin Clark stayed focused and humble and delivered incredible performances, while Reese appeared more focused on building her image than improving. Her game, it is like watching someone try to paint a collapsing wall. It might look colorful, but there is nothing holding it up, people. Made memes, jokes, and comparisons online because while comebacks are fun, fans still want skill and honesty. It is clear the public no longer sides with Reese Clark, earned respect through her dedication and talent. Reese now feels like a loud copy without depth. Meanwhile, Clark kept winning without needing to brag she won awards because she earned them not. For attention, Reese's fans tried to defend her, shouting about racism and unfair treatment. But those arguments did not hold up, especially when you compare the results. Clark was all WNBA First-Team Rookie of the Year, 4th in MVP votes, and broke more than 60 records in one season. She is not just a winner. She is changing the definition of greatness. Fans of Reese might say, this is biased, but the facts are clear. Clark is now the gold standard, and Reese seems to be holding on to controversy because she does not have much else.
Talking about, athlete, you're talking about her college run.
Yeah, the run she had last year.
Her college run
into a rookie year to now, to date.
Yeah.
Yeah, the women's college tournament, I believe.
All the eyes she brought to the league this year.
Yeah, outperforming the men's.
Oh, shit.
Since Clark's rookie season was nothing short of legendary, let us talk about it. Her dominance, incredible three-point range, sharp passing, and court awareness are all at a master level. Her vision is so precise it feels like she can see through defenders. The most impressive part is how she uses her platform to inspire others, especially black women in sports. Because women's basketball has never had this kind of spotlight before. Meanwhile, Rhea has been surprisingly silent for someone known for being loud and stirring the pot, while Caitlin Clark is leading the way, both on and off the court. Rhea knows she cannot match the level of greatness Clark brings, and now her silence says more than words ever could.
I think it's great for the league.
Yeah.
Right? Like everybody talked about the recognition that she brought to the W this season. So for her to be Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, I think it's really great.
But let us not act like Rhea has not tried to change how people see her. She launched her own podcast called .cast, called Angel, which honestly feels more like a last attempt to control the backlash than a real project. Rhea is clearly struggling to stay relevant. The problem is that people are not interested in her podcast or her recent publicity tricks because all eyes are still on Clark, who does not need any stunts to get attention. In contrast, Reese is remembered for a short viral moment that has already turned into an internet meme, while Clark is being recognized for her performance, her humility, and how she is lifting the entire sport.
There's a new weekly podcast called Unapologetically Angel, because I would have been like, how naive can you be? But she is young. It's only 22. And the reality is, the scrutiny that she's been subjected to is inexcusable. It's egregious. It's disgusting.
Here's the truth. This is about more than basketball stats. It is about what it truly means to be great. Caitlin Clark being honored by Time Magazine is not just about her athletic ability. It shows she is a once-in-a-generation talent. A trailblazer and the face of a movement. On the other hand, Rhea, despite being skilled, seems trapped by her own drama. The difference between their paths is almost like something out of a Shakespeare story, where Reese is surrounded by controversy, and theatrics Clark is known for excellence and humility. It is like watching a masterclass in how to handle success compared to a quick lesson in what not to do.
Clark is the reason why everybody has an opinion on what happened.
Even the bigger picture of their rivalry teaches an important lesson. People respect Clark, not just for her talent, but for the way she carries herself with grace. The story of women's basketball is shifting, and Clark is being compared Two legends like LeBron and Jordan, while Rhea is still trying to build her image on trash talk and dramatic moments, the difference between them is not small, it is huge, and as Clark continues to win awards and set records, Reese seems to be fading from the spotlight faster than anyone expected. If Reese wants to protect her legacy, she needs to make some serious changes. The drama has to stop, and she needs to focus on improving her game, but honestly, it is hard to believe that will happen. Subtlety and self-reflection have never been her strong points, while she is figuring out what to do next. Clark is already making history. Rhea may have had her moment during the NCAA season, but right now it is Clark who owns the spotlight there. Is no denying that Reese is talented, but Clark is a once-in-a-generation athlete, and as the world continues to celebrate Clark, the harsh truth is that Reese is struggling to stay relevant in a story that has clearly moved on. You might grab headlines with drama, but that will not build a real legacy. It is time to recognize the difference, because while Caitlin Clark is building a legacy that will last, Reese is playing the role of a sideshow. Clark is becoming a global symbol for the sport, while Reese is still holding on to a short burst of fame.